Good morning, world.
Good morning, world. Brian, what is up, my
Not much, my
You can't say that word. Only I can say, what is up, my nigga. You can't say it, nor can Morgan Wallen say it, and we're going to talk about the day. And for those of you who are concerned...
Just so you know, I didn't say it.
So, anyway, cancel culture strikes again. Morgan Wallen is under fire. We're going to talk about that today. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. We're back again talking about cancel culture because that's the culture we're in. Today, I thought Cedric might know this person because he's into country music. I'm not, so I had no idea who it was. But to set it up, Cedric, should we play the clip?
Yes, let's do that.
So let's play the clip first.
Take care of this pussy. Hey, actually, hey, y'all too. Hey, take care of this pussy ass motherfucker. Oh. Hey, Gracie, take care of this pussy ass nigga.
So obviously he's drunk also. I mean, not that excuses things, but, you know, he did use the P word too.
Yes. Well, by the time me and Brian touched on this, it was old news. But me and Brian, we reached out to each other. We said, this is something we should touch on. And I'm going to speak on a little bit, being that I am black. And it's supposedly a word that only, I'm a POC, whatever you want to say.
But all this time, and I didn't know.
I know, I've been keeping that from you.
Did you see somebody thought we were brothers?
We are.
They said we looked alike.
We are. You know, with the beard going on, everything. You know, you've been hanging out with each other for 20 years. You start taking on the characteristics of the people you hang out with. But in all seriousness, here's my feelings up front. Morgan Wallen should not be penalized for this. It's a word that is used in music, it's used in literature, it's used in films, and the fact that he's penalized for this, it is a damn shame. Because it's not a word that the black people own, and we think that we own it, but we really don't. And if you have young kids listening, I'm gonna say a few things that you may not want them to hear. You can hit pause real quick and get them out of the room, but I'm gonna say the word a few times. But the word nigger is a word that was used by the black community for a long time. And I heard the misconception that we use the derivative of nigga with the G-A as opposed to the G-E-R to say we took the power away from the white slave owners. And so we made it our word. Either way, it is wrong. My point is this. Either everybody gets to use it, white or black, or no one gets to use it. And the fact that Morgan Wallen had his career derailed because of this, it's a damn shame. And if that's the case, we need to tell every black rapper who's out there right now that you cannot use this word anymore. But me and Brian have been talking about this for a long time. We can't censor people. Brian and I have complained about this for a few weeks now, that censorship is a bad thing, and we don't want that. It's a word that is found in great literary classes such as from Mark Twain with Huckleberry Finn, The Color Purple, great literary works. It's a word. Get over it. Don't get all butthurt, but this man has had his, I think his booking agent has gone away. He's had his contract taken away. Whether or not he's going to be in...
Songs are all removed from
Spotify
and Apple Music and all that.
For those of you who are listening, and I know we're blowing up, I am giving you permission to keep supporting Morgan Wallen. He did nothing wrong, and he's a victim of what has happened in our society, because I've seen, being a teacher, I have seen a host of white kids who are sitting around and they affectionately call each other, hey, what's up, my nigga? What's up, my nigga? And me and Brian talked about this a few weeks ago. It's kind of taking the place of dude. You know, it's like, hey, what's up, my dude? Hey, what's up, my brother? My nigga is just something that white people do, and Asian people do, and Hispanic people do. And a matter of fact, and I have to be honest here, back in my college days, it was a word that I used a lot with friends of color. And a matter of fact, there were one or two white friends that I had who were part of my circle, my inner circle, who I permitted to use that word.
You permitted?
Yes, because they would come and ask me for permission. Like, hey, and it was weird because they came to me and said, hey, I know this is derogatory, but it's like, can I say that to you? I said, yeah. I said, just don't say it around a lot of people.
It's weird because we're close to the same age. I'm only a couple of years older, and I didn't use it myself. Right. I just didn't feel comfortable. But during my college years, there was this satire. I never played it for you, but it was called the Triple Xmas. So it was a bunch of satirical songs with changing words to Christmas songs. Well, the person who played the DJ, who was supposed to be like Santa Claus, and he used that term a lot when he was making parodies on certain songs. Back then, I didn't use it, but it wasn't like it is now.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't as offensive, I guess, in my circle, and like Cedric was just saying, it wasn't as offensive as in his circle. Do either of us think that word should be used? No, but like Cedric said, then nobody should use it because you got all these white kids that listen to rap and they hear it all the time.
Yeah. And like Brian said, I want to point this up. I've used it a few times just to illustrate the point of this video. It is a vile, disgusting, hurtful word. I don't use it in conversation. Again, you guys may have heard this in prior videos. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, I was a product of listening to Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, things like that. So I heard that word a lot. Am I using that as an excuse? No. It was a word that was used. I heard my dad and his brothers, my uncles. It was part of the black family culture during my time growing up in Los Angeles. We just said it. Growing up, and a matter of fact, I said this before, Richard Pryor himself, the master of the word, actually said he had gone to Africa and he had been to 3 weeks, and I'm going to try to say this as close as possible to how he said it. He said he was looking out among the landscape, and his internal monologue, he said to himself, "Do you see any niggas?" And then he said, "No, I don't." He said, "You know why? Because there aren't any." In the true essence, the word nigger just means someone who's ignorant. And I say this a lot. You don't have to be black to be a nigger. You can. I have seen Hispanics, I have seen whites, I have seen Asians, so you can call them niggers because it's a term that really means someone who is ignorant or someone who lacks knowledge.
I think Elvis Costello on Armed Forces actually uses the term with white in front of it.
Only takes one itch trigger, one more with a one less white nigger. All of us are...
Right. Yeah. It just means an ignorant person, and ignorant just means someone who lacks knowledge. So we're here. I'm kind of coming to Morgan Wallen's defense. It's a vile, disgusting word. I don't use it, but again, if we're going to allow a certain sect of people to use it, i.e. rappers, things like that, then everyone should be able to use it in their art, whether it be music, whether it be books, whether it be theater. It should be allowed to be used.
Obviously, I can't really speak to it like Cedric, but I've always felt that if it's going to be in the popular culture, you can't then penalize somebody for using it. And this guy was drunk. He said it. He was talking to somebody too,
right.
Kind of like, you would talk with your friends.
Who was another white guy.
Yeah, and he said the word, wrong, right, indifferent, but should your livelihood, your whole career, he was just up and coming in the country music field, should it be destroyed for something like that obviously wasn't being used as a derogatory term for a black person, since he wasn't even talking to a black person.
Right.
So, and it's funny, I asked Cedric, I go, where did the word, I know it means ignorant now, but we looked it up. It's like, where did it actually come from? Because I just thought maybe the country Niger, since the spelling's close. But Cedric looked it up. It's actually from a Latin word that just means black.
It means black.
Like negro means black in Spanish.
Yes. And I can call you, what's up, my Blanco?
Sure.
But, in the cancel culture, they're just going too far. And guys, I want you to be aware of this. Me and Brian, a friend of ours that Brian reached out to via email, Topher. If you guys haven't listened to him, listen to his stuff, he had a song taken down that was basically called The Patriot.
Yeah, just The Patriot.
It's called The Patriot. And that was taken down because it offended people. Now Morgan Wallen...
It offended people because Topher happened to be a Trump supporter.
Right. Yeah, that's a different story.
If he was a Biden supporter, that song would be... Biden probably would have used it as his campaign thing.
Right. and just draw the point that Morgan Wallen using that word it should be no different than Ice Cube or Ice-T or any other rapper today, with Drake, whoever it may be, using that word. If one artist can use it, every artist should be able to use it. And
obviously we're going to get feedback probably from any viewers out there that are maybe real sensitive to the word, or some of our black viewers are going to say, no, only black people can use it, white people can't use it. But that's a double standard. And it's funny because I watched, did you watch our episode when we did the song Racism by Adam Calhoun?
Adam Calhoun.
Now, he says the word in the song. And it's funny because I saw a response to that song on YouTube, kind of like what we did, by a black guy. But he kept using the term cracker ass cracker, but said how Adam shouldn't have used the N-word.
He said, fuck you, nigga. Is he white? Did he say fuck you, nigga? Hold up. Whoa. Was that Adam Calhoun that said fuck you, nigga? Okay, first of all, crack ass cracker is hilarious to me. I'm sorry if I offend anyone with that, but that is freaking hilarious. But that word coming from a crack ass cracker, a white person, is extremely offensive, bro.
And I was like, well, Adam used cracker. He used the N-word. This guy comes out and he says cracker, cracker like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
And he doesn't see the irony there.
Right. And especially in our country, and like Brian said, the word is offensive, but there are only a few things in the United States that can be patented. Ideas, thoughts, tangible things. Words cannot be patented. And again, I'm like a broken record here. If one group of people is going to be allowed to use it, then you have to open that door and let everyone use it because it's only fair. But I say, here's my feelings. I say that no one uses it.
Nobody uses it.
But I know we're not going to be able to get rid of that, just like I say we're not going to be able to get rid of racism because racism is a product of human nature and it's sin. And you can't eradicate that. But you can do your best as an individual to say, you know what? I'm not going to take part in it. I'm not going to indulge in it. And that's all you can do.
Right. And that's the problem now. And we're seeing it. And it kind of worries us is that they're trying to legislate these type of things. It's like, you can't control what an individual may, there's probably very racist people using that word. Okay, they're racist people. I asked Brennan, I asked Cedric this. I said, and you're probably going to get pissed at me. I said, when did people become so sensitive and so offended by everything?
Right.
I mean, yes, it's a bad word. You shouldn't use it, but it's like now people like curl up in a ball and cry about a word.
It takes our mind off bigger issues.
I guess it
takes our mind off bigger issues. And here's the thing, and you guys have heard me and Brian say this over and over again. I refer to Brian as my friend, not my white friend. He refers to me as his friend, not his black friend. We have to, in order for racism to stop, we got to start referring to each other as color. And things of that nature, and start referring to each other as individuals. That's the only way we're going to do this.
Yeah. All right, let us know what you think. And before we do that, let's go to our part of the video where we look at our comments.
Yes.
And this one kind of made both of us sad. It's a gentleman, we've actually brought him up before about an MLK comment we had. We thought his name was Nick, but it's actually Nickel, or at least that's the name he uses on there. I'm going to put it up right here. And this is in reference to the video we did about how Candace called out segregation, right?
Yes,
Modern segregation.
How Uber Eats and Netflix are really pandering toward the black community and segregating everything. And we had one gentleman, Nickel Hamilton, in all seriousness, my friend, thank you. What I thought was going to be a contentious conversation between us actually turned out into some great dialogue. I responded to him twice, but the powers that be on YouTube deleted both my comments, and so we gave him our email address and told him to email. But Nicholas commented to this, and like me and Brian just said, it made us both very sad. He said, I understand your view. You guys are right. But I believe as a black person, I don't have a place in white America. So I self-segregate. And Nickel, if I could say anything, I don't know what your age is, my friend. Me and Brian are a little bit older. That is exactly what the left wants you to do. They want you to self-segregate. They want you to think that as a black person, it is black versus white. We're all brothers, my friend. We're all endowed by our creator with certain inalienable rights. And you are no different than any black man. I wish that, I don't know if you live in our area, I would really love to get together with you and have a dinner or something like that. Can I say beer? I can say beer, huh? Yeah.
Assuming he's 21.
assuming you're 21, because my son don't respond to this. That was different. But in all seriousness, we can get together and talk. I would love to have some dialogue with you, my friend. And I thank you for challenging us, for saying, you know what, I don't agree with you guys. And I think we had some very good conversation going on, but I want to continue it because I don't want you to feel lost out there, my friend. You have worth, you have value, you are just as important as any other man, regardless of color. And I hope you realize that, because the way you articulate yourself and the message to us show me that you have a lot going on for you.
Yep. No, that's you said it perfect. Okay. So I'm hoping, Nickel, I hope you're watching this episode, and I hope you reach out.
Yes, indeed. Brian's going to hate this. Congratulations to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks on winning the Super Bowl. Tom Brady is the GOAT. You can take that up if you want to.
He prognosticated that last time, so we'll see. I'm going to leave this in either way, because if he's wrong, I definitely want to show that he's not...
I'm not infallible.
Yeah, you're not infallible. You're not Nostradamus.
Like I said, I made a mistake once back in the 90s, it happens.
Whatever.
It happens.
For all they know, you could have said, congratulations, Mahomes, and we cut it out and then put congratulations.
No,
and we'll put one in. But no,
congratulations, Tom Brady and the Bucks, on being the Super Bowl champs.
He kisses Tom Brady's feet, man.
Oh my gosh. Tom, if you're listening, I don't have a foot fetish, but yeah, I'll kiss your feet.
He wishes he was Giselle.
Anyway, hey, leave it in your comments. I know this is me and Brian were a little late to this, but because of our recording schedule, we tackled it a little bit later, a few days later than most people. But leave in your comments what you think about what's going on with Morgan Wallen. Are people right in canceling him, or should he have a right to say it, or should no one have a right to say it? You want to say something about our next video coming up?
Yeah, so we're going to do our next video in 2 days. It kind of fits what we're talking about with this guy being canceled for using a word. We're going to review a song about being canceled by a white rapper.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that.
Okay. So in the meantime, make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring that bell, because me and Brian are getting closer and closer to that 3,000 subscriber mark. I love you, 3,000. Name that movie. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. We'll see you later.